From Perseverance rover, video of our dream, just beautiful. Taking off, goosebumps. It looks just the way we had tested in our test chamber, space simulator chamber here. Absolutely beautiful flight. I don't think I can ever stop watching it over and over again. And lands. Well, when things work.
The first flight of a powered aircraft to another planet.
We've taken that engineering data and animated the flight accordingly. And what that allows us to do is it allows us to look at the flight in a different way, for example, from different angles, up close, and see kind of the small motions of the vehicle. And what you will see here is that it's just really, really steady. Just a beautiful flight. This is the initial hover, and then a turn. And then hover again for 20 more seconds. And then the landing. And just the tiniest little bounce that you can see there on the landing. And that is also completely expected. Vantage point of the rover. And it shows you, when you get up to altitude here, a little bit more clearly how it gets buffeted a little bit by the wind and how it very gently makes its way back and lands safely where it needs to be. And what's exciting about this is a flight that we've done hundreds, if not 1,000 times before, but always in simulation. Ingenuity taking a picture of its own shadow right below it. And I think this is just a stunning image, notwithstanding the fact that it's a low resolution black and white photograph. We have another image from the same camera, which shows just a moment right before touchdown. You can see the legs are just about to meet the ground here. And this is a very interesting image to me, in part because of what it doesn't show, which is it doesn't show a lot of obscuration from dust, which is one of the things that we weren't so sure about prior to doing this experiment. So already we're learning things here. And in particular here, dust did not seem to be an issue in terms of obscuring the navigation camera close to the ground.
I'll talk a little bit about it. It's a 720p video. It's 1280 by 720 pixels. It runs at about 6.7 frames per second. And we originally had the strategy of downlinking the 2.4 second snippet. So there it goes. You can see it taking off. And if you look carefully, you can see it turning in flight. People have talked about that. And this is new. This just came down right before this press conference. Turning in flight and then coming back and landing. So I mentioned the frame rate. This is with our one of our wider angle settings on the camera, 34 millimeters. So it's a little more contextual shot. We also shot a full zoomed version on the heli itself, where the heli flies out of the field of view. We have not downlinked those full frames. Zoomed 110 millimeter Mastcam Z. Picture of the heli on the ground. Again, this is just a nice shot showing, if you look closely, it may be hard to tell, if you look closely at the center, you can see that there's a camera on the helicopter itself that is now facing the rover, and it was not facing the rover before, so that's proof that it did turn in flight. And it's just a nice shot showing that the heli landed safely, and that's just a great picture to have. So then the next picture is now switching cameras. We're going to go to the NavCam camera, and the NavCam camera does not have the video capabilities like Mastcam Z, but we did take pictures during the flight, and this blink, hopefully it'll blink. You'll see the heli, that's the heli on the ground there, looking carefully. Okay, no, actually, you know what, this is the other one. Now, if you look carefully at the heli, you should be able to see it shifting. That shows the difference between the takeoff location and the landing location. Maybe hard to see in the video, but we'll put that out on the, we'll release that so people could look at that more closely. I can see it from here, but hopefully it'll come out in the video. So it just shows that the landing was just sort of a real pinpoint landing there by the team, and so congrats to the heli team for just nailing it hard and company. So we have the full height of the helicopter there captured by the NavCam mid-flight, and then a comparison with the heli then on the ground, which will show the full height. It's hard to see the video there from here, but the main summary is that we actually, you know what, I'm looking at this. This looks like this is the Mastcam Z again. Well, we just got the data all down, so it sounds like it might be slightly out of order. I think the main point here is that
with the call sign Ingenuity, and those details will be officially included in the next edition of ICAO's designators for aircraft operating agencies, aeronautical authorities, and services. And the location of the flight was assigned an ICAO location designator, JZRO, for Jezero Crater, where the NASA Mars operation took place. And of course,
mars.nasa.gov/perseverance. There's a link in there to the raw images, and so if you too want to drink from the fire hose, we have a place for you to go.